we were helping people rather haphazardly. Those that came to us, those people in situations where we knew that we could help, we would offer. We were doing many things trying to we've always been taught and always wanted to be able to help people.
We've been doing some pretty much garden variety philanthropy, as Helen has just indicated. People would come to us through a variety of sources, and we would make determinations on our own, and sometimes it was more successful than others. And we recognized that ad hoc mechanism just really wasn't answering the mail, and we needed to have a more organized and coherent process, and we wanted to be able to look back on what it is that we had done with some metrics that determined whether or not we had actually been able to use the blessings that had come to us as resources, as indeed resources for other people.
Expecting little miracles is that's something that came to John. When you're willing to put forth the energy and the effort to do things that you can come to expect, that miracles will happen. We have some metrics that we've defined, such as not receiving government assistance, earning 200% of the poverty standard. Really, when it comes down to it, it's people being able to make their own decisions. I think that self-sufficiency really shows itself best when we're able to overcome the individual, overcome the self, and become part of a community, that they're willing to serve others.
With the intensive case management, there's a lot of accountability, and so expectations are known, they're clear, and one of those expectations is service. The development plan is a roadmap, and it explicitly lays out goals and expectations. So those goals can be centered around many things. Depending on the participants' needs, then the goals can be tailored to that. And so we put those down on paper, giving them something to go by, as well as kind of giving them what our expectations are of how you're going to do that, how you're going to break down the goals, maybe even to little pieces, so that they can be successful in completing them. And at the bottom of the development plan, we sign that, saying that this is the goals and we're going to do it, and by when, so that we can also measure progress.
When I became involved with ELM Foundation, I was really into a lot of problem with my dad, and at the time I was struggling, so I moved in with a couple, and that couple were the ones who connected me with ELM Foundation, because initially I wasn't willing to go to college, but then they told me we can find ways. I would say that my life changed tremendously becoming a part of ELM Foundation, because I could actually, everyone have a goal, but once you see people who are actually helping you to get to that goal, I feel like it changes, and that's what ELM Foundation did, and I'm very thankful for that.
I was going through a separation at the time. It was an abusive marriage, 3 kids, of course, and I had finally made the decision to leave, and I was terrified, absolutely terrified. And so a friend of mine referred me to the ELM Foundation to help get back on my feet. They first got me in school, back in school, so I could have the confidence to really start taking a few steps forward. And then after a couple of months of being in school, they actually found a job for me, a really good one that's in kind of the technological field where I could get a little bit of experience. They helped me financially so I could actually go to that job, because with 3 kids, daycare's just insane.
I guess part of where I was I had found out that they actually cap student loans. So you have a limit on what you can take out. And I remember part of it kind of projecting that, wow, I don't have enough financial cushion to finish school, and for them to come in I mean, it was totally a miracle. I watched things lined up and be executed perfectly, and me finishing school was just, there was so much more going on that was greater than myself. And for them to come in, it truly was a miracle.
The ELM Foundation really helped me achieve the lifelong goal I had of attending Auburn University and really getting a college degree. I'm the first person in my family to ever get a college degree, so it was kind of like a major goal for me. I knew I'd always wanted to, but just finding out different ways or how I was going to be able to attain that. In the future, I'd like to be able to give back like the ELM Foundation has to me.
My son and I moved from Canada, and the reason we moved here was a marriage which turned out to be a very abusive, physically, emotionally, mentally. When we moved here, my son was 9, and he was in 4th or 5th grade. And of course, he was going through the things I went through, experienced everything, all the life difficulties with me, and he got the support a 9-year-old needed or deserved. The ELM Foundation gave us support to achieve that and pursue my career or my education.
We went from almost being homeless to having a place to stay, having food to put on the table and clothes to wear. Thank you so much. Thank you for believing in me.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot thank you enough.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, because I wouldn't be here without their help.